Hello students, welcome to the second video of Science, Class 7, Chapter 13, Motion and Time. Students, in the previous video of this chapter, we have discussed about motion and speed. And in this video, we are going to understand about the measurement of time. So let us start. Students, first of all, let us understand the measurement of time. We all realize that the importance of time in our life. You always try to reach your school in time, and if you are late, you may be punished. If you get late to railway station, you may miss your train. Thus, there are many instances which tell us the importance of time in our life. Now, the most important thing is to know how time is measured. Time can be defined as the period between two events. Therefore, in earlier times, people used the event or phenomenon which repeated regularly to measure time. For example, the unit of time used by them was the time interval between sunrise to sunset or to the next sunrise, or one full moon to another full moon, or from one season to another season. But these time intervals could not be used as the standard units of time because these time intervals are very long and these time intervals change from place to place and from time to time. So, based on the periodic nature of these phenomena, ancient people developed devices such as sundial, sand clock and water clock for measuring time. So let us know about these devices in detail. First, let us understand about sundial. The sundial was used for long to measure time. The sundial is based on the fact that the length of the shadow cast by an object changes with the time of the day. A sundial is a clock that uses the position of the sun to indicate time. The surface of a sundial has marking for each hour of the day light. As the sun moves across the sky, another part of the sundial casts a shadow on the markings, and the position of the shadow shows the time at that place. The second device to measure time was sand clock. The sand clock were used by the Romans, and these clocks were based on the principle that a certain fixed quantity of sand passes through a narrow passage in a certain fixed time interval. The sand clock or hour clock is used to measure time. It comprises two glass bulbs connected by a narrow neck that allow a measured amount of sand to flow from the upper bulb to the lower one. And the third device was water clock. A water clock used a flow of water to measure time. These were stone vessels with sloping sides that allow water to drip at a constant rate from a small hole near the bottom. Marking on the inside surface measured the passage of time as the water level reached them. And now let us understand about pendulum clock. Students, the pendulum clock is an amazing contribution of Galileo to the world. Students, did you know that in clock and watches, time is measured by using some kind of action that is constantly repeated? Many have a small balance wheel which swing to and fro, and in quartz watches, the movement is controlled by vibrations of a quartz crystal. And a pendulum clock is controlled by a swinging pendulum. Thus, all clocks make use of some periodic motion. So let us understand about simple pendulum. A piece of stone or a metallic ball suspended with a non-stretchable thread makes a simple pendulum. And students, now let us understand some terms related with simple pendulum. The first term is periodic or oscillatory motion. The to and fro motion of a simple pendulum is an example of a periodic or an oscillatory motion. The second term is amplitude. The maximum distance that the pendulum moves away from the mean position while it is oscillating is called its amplitude. Students, you can see on your screen a diagram of simple pendulum. the position A of the pendulum is its mean position, and the distance between the position A to B or A to C is called its amplitude. Another term related with the simple pendulum is time period. The time taken for one oscillation is called the time period of the pendulum. And students, let's take an example to calculate the time period of the pendulum. A simple pendulum takes 24 seconds to complete 8 oscillations. What is the time period of the pendulum? And the solution is time taken to complete 8 oscillations is 24 seconds, and we know that time period is equal to time taken to complete one oscillation. So the time period will be 24 upon 8 seconds. Thus, the time period of the given simple pendulum is 3 seconds. And students, now let us understand about the unit of time. The standard unit of time is second, and the other large unit of time are minute, hour, day, etc. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, and 1 day is equal to 24 hours, and 1 year is equal to 365 days. And students, did you know that the time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about its axis is called a day, and the time taken by the earth to complete one revolution around the sun is called a year. And students, now let's revise what we have learned today. Question 1. Pendulum clock was invented by dash A. Einstein, B. Galileo, C. Edison, D. Robert Hooke. And the right answer is B. Galileo. Question 2. Sand clock were used by the dash A. Indians, B. Americans, C. Roman, D. Japanese. And the right answer is C. Roman. Question 3. The standard unit of time is A. Day, B. Hour, C. Minute, D. Second. The right answer is D. Second. Question 4. The time taken for one oscillation is called dash A. Time period, B. Amplitude, C. Oscillation, D. None of these. The right answer is A. Time period. Practice makes perfect. Students, it's time to practice. And your practice homework are on your screens. We will be present soon with the next video of this chapter. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.